Good morning and welcome to Drew's Book Reviews. So today we are reviewing Hart's Hope by Orson Scott Card. So this is a story that takes place really over, give or take, 300 years. A multi-generational story in terms of the characters and everybody who's involved within the storyline itself. But what we have here is we have a guy by the name of Pelly Crovel. Now he is not happy with the current king of his world, who is cruel, inhumane, and just downright a tyrant, this King Nasily. So he embarks on a mission to kill the king and overthrow the government. And as part of his mission is he's got his army to back him in order to secure the throne and make sure that the kingdom remains stable. He has to take the king's daughter to wife. Now, here's the thing. King's daughter doesn't want to be married to the person who just stormed in, overthrew the government, and killed her dad. She's still quite young, only about 12 years old, so Asenath is the king's daughter. But in order to secure the throne, he marries her and has to basically prove his wedding by forcing her and raping her for all to see in the kingdom. Now, naturally, this, doesn't make her too happy. She gets banished instead of being killed, despite everyone saying to Palacrovo, you need to kill her, get rid of her. She's a threat to the throne. She will take it from you, and you will regret it if you don't. Instead, he can't bring himself to kill her, so he banishes her instead. And of course, she becomes this ultra super powerful sorceress who basically comes back and retakes her city, retakes Hart's Hope, which is the capital of this kingdom. And next thing you know, Pally Crovel is the one who is now banned and exiled as a result of this. So that's kind of the first generation here. The second generation being about 300 years later, in which Palacrovel has a son. But he's a bastard son, so Palacrovel doesn't even know of his existence. But he is born of magical means, who eventually goes back to the city of Heart's Hope, and becomes husband to Queen Asenath. They, of course, have a child who ends up being the undoing of Queen Asenath in the end. So this son's name is Orem, and he becomes the father of what's called a 12-month son. So within this world, the magical powers within the child, it seems to be based on how long they are within the womb. The longer they're in the womb, the more powerful magically they become. So in order for the queen to obtain her powers and to become even more powerful, she must sacrifice hers and Orem's son in order to obtain even more power, so that she could continue her reign of immortality, which of course Orem soon discovers and finds that the only way to save the kingdom, but also prevent her from continuing her reign of terror throughout the world, is that he must sacrifice his only son in order to drain and destroy her powers. So we've got a book filled with child sacrifice, really kind of a dark fantasy. We've got banishment, witches, and all that fun stuff. It's a world that has been created where Hart, spelled H-A-R-T, so basically they are these deer. Deer basically worship as sacred and magical powers. Overall, really enjoyed the book. It took a span of about 300 years, so there was really very quick development. Admittedly, there wasn't a lot in the way of world building within the book itself. I didn't find that there was much in the way of character development, but I think the characters were decently developed from the start. But overall, it probably could have been done in multiple books, actually, considering the multi-generational tale that we have here. Overall, really enjoyed the book. Thought it was a pretty decent read. Most Orson Scott Card books are, so definitely I'd recommend it. Check it out. And of course, stay tuned, because up next we have Virtual Heaven by Taylor Cole, which I do want to say thank you, Taylor, because you sent me your book when you didn't have to. So absolutely, I'm looking forward to doing the review on that. So stay tuned, and I want to thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like below, all that good stuff. And we will see you next time on another episode of Drew's Book Reviews.